There's always been a dark cloud that kind of hangs over the Xbox brand, the Xbox name. Will they sell it? Will they spin it off? What's going to happen? Will they close it down? Do they even care about Xbox? Well, now we've kind of have a clearer picture that, yes, in fact, they do care about Xbox. So what does the future hold? Well, according to Jez Gordon, who, as you guys know, he's a person that had broke a lot of information about the X and things like that, works for Windows Central. Good, reliable guy. I've done multiple videos about some of the stuff that he's done, and he's had some interesting talks with people at Xbox and in the industry and shared some amazing stuff, and I'm going to share it with you guys here, and I'm going to also link this in the description so you guys can check it out. It's very fascinating stuff. What's up? It's Crapgamer here, as always. Crapgamer Reviews back with another video. So the Xbox One X is off to a hot start, really. I mean, it really is doing great. So a lot of the people now want to know about the first-party games lineup, which isn't really catering to the, quote, maturing core audience in the same way that Sony does. And so people really want more realistic games like God of War, Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, things like that. Microsoft hasn't really committed to announcing titles beyond 2018, and the ones that are on the way, like Crackdown 3, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, and likely Forza Horizon 4, won't get the same attention as gritty, narrative, heavy, realistic open-world titles like PS4's like Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War. And there's the issue of services and the uncertain future of Windows to discuss as well. People worry about it because Groove was shut down, so what's that really mean with movies and TV? Is that on the way out? What about Cortana on the Xbox with Kinect killed off, and what happened to Xbox One X VR? He has a lot of enlightened stuff to talk about, and we're going to cover it. So games, more games. This is the part that you guys, my audience, and probably all Xbox fans are most certainly worried about. What's the status of Microsoft Game Studios? Xbox head Phil Spencer promoted as senior leadership team. You can firmly expect investment in first party in the lineup defining games to increase, but it will most likely be a few years before we see that investment materialize. Now that Spencer is an executive vice president, he can pitch strategy directly at CEO Satya Nadella without having to use Windows executive vice president Terry Myerson as a go-between for both strategy and budgeting. One of the reasons we haven't heard more about Microsoft's future roadmap for Xbox exclusives is quite literally cold feet. After high-profile cancellations, including Scalebound and Fable Legends, and notable delays from Crackdown 3 to Sea of Thieves, Microsoft is playing its cards more closely to the chest, waiting for specific development milestones to be locked in before announcing launch dates, which, if you think about it, makes a lot of sense. You've had some really bad backlash over some of those games, so you're a little bit shy about that right now. According to Jez, he says this directly: I know from conversations with people working at Xbox that the company is aiming to bring more core games to the table, so expect to see some of these announcements in the sort of vein at 2018's E3 conference. Spencer also said in recent interviews too that Microsoft was looking to either build new studios or acquire existing ones. There have been a few new rumors, including PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds developer Bluehole as a potential acquisition target, but nothing has materialized of this writing. If true, that would give you the idea of the type of games that Microsoft is interested in building. So yeah, that'd be an interesting kind of situation. They talk about like games as a service and how they do plan on to utilize the loot box system. But even with the blowback coming back from like the Star Wars and stuff, Microsoft has been able to relatively get away with doing it because the way that they've done it, you know, they've implemented it in a much better way, in my opinion anyway. Pretty much every game is going to have some kind of loot box system, single player, multiplayer. All these games are going to have that. That's just the way it is, because if you look back at it, it was funny, I was on Twitter today and someone posted an ad from like the early 90s, right? It had a Sega Genesis in there for $99. The games were all $59, $69, you know, over 20 years ago. We're paying the same amount now, although games have skyrocketed to like the budget of movies, Hollywood blockbuster movies, which is insane when you think about it. So that's not damage controlling the loot boxes, because I think pay to win is wrong. I'm just saying it makes a lot of sense. Please check this article out. Make sure you tell Jez Crapgamer sent you. This is great stuff, really. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.